I figured I'd leave the glasses off for this one so that y'all could see the pain in my eyes, the hurt that I'm going through, because no one wants to call me a YN. I just don't understand why I can't meet the criteria. I want to be able to walk around with a ski mask and a Nike Tech. It's not fair. I wanted to go ahead and share a story with you guys that happened to me recently while I was out with some coworkers. We had just gotten off the clock. We finished a long shift at work. We were all tired and exhausted, and we were looking to decompress. We decided to go to a bar across the street. All the workers there know us, so they usually give us special privileges and treatment. But regardless, we ended up at the bar. We all got our drinks. Mind you, we had just gotten off and it was probably like 1 a.m. So the bar closes in like 30. Whenever it's time for us to get up and leave, pay our tabs, all that stuff. On our way out, there was this middle-aged black dude, probably late 30s, maybe early 40s. I kind of chalked it up to him just being off the hen dog, but as some of the younger black males were leaving, he told them, "Hey, have a good night, YN. Hey, be good, my YN." Tossing the YN around willy-nilly, addressing all the black males as YNs. At first, I thought it was a little odd for a man his age, but like I said, liquor was flowing. I figured maybe he was a little tipsy, whatever. I was with 2 girls and 1 guy. I was the only black person. When we proceeded to walk by, the guy tells them, "All right, YCs." Now, YN stands for young niggas. The YC being addressed to the white people, I'm sure you can understand it probably means young Caucasian, or it could be, the other word. Now, when I pass by, he looks at me and he says, "Oh, I don't know what you are." I hadn't spoken a word. I hadn't addressed him, so I assume it was because of my appearance, which I don't understand because all I was wearing was an oversized light blue and gray hoodie that I've gotten compliments on before multiple times. I've worn that same hoodie in a couple of my videos. Now, the shorts I had on, they were these Nike running shorts, kind of low. I like the short shorts, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, basketball shorts in that era. That's how I like my shorts. That's just preference. I don't like them touching my knees at all or near my knees. It feels weird, too long. If I wanted to do that, I'd wear pants. But for some reason, him saying that he didn't know what I was really bothered me. It amplified whenever I went on TikTok and I saw that there was this trend going on with the quarter zips and the Nike Techs, switching from the Nike Tech to a quarter zip. I've been seeing that trend all over my TikTok recently. So that paired with what happened to me at the bar a couple nights ago prompted me to make this video. Now, I'm not saying this isn't something that happens in other racial circles, but it's more prominent in the black community that we judge each other based on our appearance, the way that we speak, the people you hang around. Other races judge their own race. I'm not saying they don't, but it's very common in the black community for one black person to judge another black person. Doesn't make any sense. This isn't something that's new. It's been talked about before by many black content creators.
During that kind of transitionary period, I'm an identity crisis, I'm discovering myself, etc. I looked down upon, this level of communication. And so I dumbed down my speech. I came to believe that it's a negative thing if you're told that you speak white. And as kids, we want to belong. We want to be a part of the group. And
ever since I was younger, I've dealt with this issue. Back in high school, I used to dress really preppy, polo button-ups with khaki shorts and Sperry's or Clark's, Wallabies, whatever you want to call them. Also, if you haven't noticed, I feel like I speak pretty proper. I've always heard that growing up, except growing up, it was more so other black people telling me that I sound white, or when it came to the preppy clothes, I dressed white. And I don't understand why it has to be that. Not everyone is the same person. Tyler Hero is an NBA basketball player. He has a little sauce to him. He has a little seasoning, but you don't see white people looking at Tyler Hero being like, "Oh, you act black." That's not a thing. And if you do, it's not nearly as common as it would be for a black person in that position. People will judge you whether you hang around white people, wear certain clothes that are associated with white people, I guess. And even the way that you speak. There's this saying in the black community, you put on your white voice, your professional voice. Like the way that I talk to my boys isn't going to be the same way I talk to someone who I'm doing business with or someone in a professional setting. But a majority of the time, I speak proper regardless. But I think that whole argument is so stupid because it's kind of counterproductive. It's as if you're saying that only white people can speak properly or sound educated, which is very dumb because black people are educated, so it shouldn't be only a white thing. Like, oh, you sound white, you talk white, you speak white. That's dumb. Why can't I wear what I want? Why do I have to wear what you think is acceptable to be a part of the black community? I don't really know what is expected for me to wear to be considered black, and it's crazy because it's really only common in the black community. I know that other communities do it as well, but not to the extent of black people, and I will never understand that. There's a video that I saw from a Pop the Balloon episode where there's this guy from Chicago, this black dude. He was the person that the women were popping for. One of the women in the lineup was also from Chicago and immediately popped on him because she said he sounds like my brother. She also said he sounded like he was uneducated because he spoke with a little slang. He kind of sounded hood. She judged him just based off of the way that he spoke, which is not fair at all.
Why you pop yours?
I feel like I'm talking to my Chicago as well.
You can't say little. We the same age, darling. Let's be respectful.
You sound like him though.
That's
so
because we from the same place. So you don't like people from your hometown.
I never said that.
And that's respectful. I can respect that.
I just want a man with a higher vocabulary,
okay,
which you don't have.
I talk like where I was born from. I can't let you, like, you feel me, throw down what I've been through. You feel me?
I never said what you went through was.
I'm just saying though, you tried though, darling. I'm really from struggle. I speak a certain type of way, but I've searched for education. I have a bachelor's degree.
Fine.
You feel me? What I do right now, I work with people every day. So I don't want you to just throw shade on hood niggas in general.
I wasn't throwing shade on you,
I speak with a little slang. I got a little hood to me, but I'm educated, baby.
And it kind of takes me back to the whole saying that you can take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the nigga. That's him. He's a product of his environment. He grew up in a rough area. He searched for education. He searched for better. Yeah, he might still sound like he's from that area, but that isn't a judge of his character. Just like I don't want to be judged because I might wear certain clothes that black people may see as clothes that only white people wear, or because I speak proper. Even growing up in school, I would have other black kids tell me that I wasn't black, I was white, which at the time I didn't really take it that serious. I just kind of laugh it off. But now that I'm older, I just think, why am I not allowed to be a part of the community because of how I look with certain clothes that I would wear, or how I spoke in certain situations? Because at the end of the day, when a white person sees me, they see a black person. They don't see, oh, he's wearing a Carhartt shirt and he's wearing khaki pants with some New Balances. He's white. They will still categorize me as black. If I wear that around black people, they might be like, oh, he's white, he's not one of us. So then I'm stuck in this whole gray middle area where I don't fit in entirely with the white kids because I will never be white, but also the black kids don't accept me because of how I talk or how I dress. It's a very awkward position to be in, and I know when I was younger it caused me to try and appease white people because I felt like I didn't fit in with the black kids. I had black friends, I was cool with black people, but that was because they decided to get to know me. They knew that regardless of how I act or where I come from or how I look, I'm still black. I'm not white. And it's crazy because the guy at the bar, he did all that to get a joke off for some girls that didn't even look that good, which is crazy. Like, bro, you're 40 at the bar talking about YN this, YN that. I walk by and now all of a sudden, oh, I don't know what you are, but you've been telling every other black guy that walked by he's a YN. It's not that I want to be a YN. I don't want to spin the block. I don't want to be hiding from ops. I don't need to be a YN. But it's the principle. It's like, they weren't even good looking.
What the fuck am I catching this straight for?
But I don't want to make this video any longer. It just kind of brought back some things that I dealt with in my past, and I kind of wanted to talk about it because I'm sure there's other young black males that may deal with this. The situation made me appreciate groups like RDC because typically in the black community, anime isn't accepted, but they made anime acceptable in the black community. I just feel like this is something that has been going on in the black community for far too long, and it's a tradition that we need to get rid of. We're all black at the end of the day. We need to be accepting of each other. It shouldn't be cast this person out because they don't wear what I wear, they don't sound how I sound, because at the end of the day, we're all a part of the black community and we should be uplifting each other. I'll never forget when I was younger and my mom took me to a barbershop that wasn't my normal barbershop because we were out of town for the weekend. After the haircut, my mom paid the guy or whatever, and he asked her, like, why does your son talk so proper? She said, oh, I don't know, like, he's He's always talked that way. And I remember I asked my mom in the car after, why was he asking you about how I speak? And she said, well, some people just don't speak the same as you and I. Some people don't talk that way, and it just kind of surprises them. And I asked her, I said, well, sometimes you change the way you talk, even though you don't talk like that with me. And she said, yeah, it's more so because I don't want to offend anyone and make them feel as though I think I'm better than them. It's always stuck with me because I feel like sometimes in certain situations, I don't want to talk a certain way because I don't want anyone to feel less than or feel as though I think I'm better than them because I speak this way or that way. I don't judge someone by the way they speak, I judge them by their actions. I just think this is something we have to get rid of within the Black community. It's 2025, this has been going on for way too long, and it's getting really old, to be honest.
Like, why you tripping by that hoe? If she did